face from a touch on the man's skin, and sampled his voice pattern when the man asked, "So, who are you supposed to be?" "You need not worry your simple human mind about that, sir," Julian replied. "Oh, you're one of the Harakens' pet computers," the suspect snidely shot back. When the new Terran saw the Meridian's hands twitch toward their stun guns, he adopted a nasty grin, thrilled to see he had struck some nerves. Julian checked the Directorate's database. "He's not a registered visitor. In fact, there's no record of his ever having entered Hellébores space," the Sage sent to the twins' implants, the tiny Meridian device in their brains, which allowed thought communication and recording of sensory input. All Haraken residents past the age of consent carried one, except for Haraken's president, Alex Racine, who carried two. Only temporary visitors to the planet were exempt from adopting the devices. "An interloper?" Etienne sent back. "A good thing, too," Alain sent to his brother. "I would be displeased to see you disciplined by the Assembly for attacking and dropping an innocent visitor on his face." Etienne squinted at his twin, who chuckled. They escorted the new Terran to an interrogation room while they communicated privately with Julian about the circumstances that might have brought the man surreptitiously to Haraken. It had been reported by citizens that several new Terrans they had met were incapable of producing Haraken IDs, which were required of the planet's visitors. The interrogation rooms and holding cells within the Directorate were also new implementations. Espero's population changes, resulting from an explosion of new Terran visitors and residents, had required the construction of the Security Directorate's new building only 3 years ago, and the suspect processing areas were added a year ago. Espero's tremendous influx went hand in hand with New Terra's construction of faster-than-light, FTL-capable transports, passenger liners and freighters, courtesy of Haraken technology. The vessels were owned and operated by New Terrans, so they flew under the system's banner, Oistus. It required the Harakens create stricter entry controls by constructing the new McCrary orbital station, where all foreign vessels docked for Haraken entry and exit. But, as tonight's operation by the twins indicated, the new procedures weren't foolproof. After seating the new Terran in an interrogation room and removing his restraints, Etienne asked, "What's your name?" "Names seem so unimportant today," the man said. "It's all about numbers anymore, but for the sake of our discussion, you can call me Henry, or Henri if you prefer," he added, gesturing toward his captors and acknowledging their Meridian origin. From the initial moment of his capture until now, Henry had slowly dropped the facade of the innocent victim. Now the man who sat before the Harakens displayed the mannerisms of the criminal who the twins had sought. Henry leaned comfortably back in his chair, folded his hands over his stomach, and smiled condescendingly at the two investigators. "How did you arrive here, Henry?" Alain asked. "So, this is it? This is how the big bad Harakens are going to interrogate me?" Henry asked. "From what I hear, you people can't do much more than scowl or raise your voices." Then he laughed long and hard at his joke. "He has a point," Alain sent privately to Etienne and Julian. "The new Terrans are well aware of our constraints against harming others." Julian applied his considerable crystal processing power in search of a means of unlocking the man's secrets. Terrible things were insinuating their way into Haraken society, tempting the planet's vulnerable Haraken young and new Terran visitors alike. Henry was the first interloper they had caught, and his information could be invaluable in understanding how the new passenger controls at McCrary were being circumvented. "We could always apply one of our illustrious president's techniques and bluff," Julian said to the twins. It was one of Alex Racine's favorite practices during the games played with his ancient deck of cards.